tell us where you from, bro. I said it, but I just want you to say it again.
Father Panic Village, that's where I was born and raised. Moved to the East End.
And that's Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Bridgeport, Connecticut.
Mm-hmm.
I had 2 homes, man.
2 homes?
Yeah, I got 2 homes. Father Panic and the East End, man. They both taught me everything about life.
All right, so since we're there, what it was like growing up in Father Panic and growing up on the East End?
Growing up in Father Panic, my younger days, moved out when I was 11. It was rough and tough, man, The grimiest of them all, the projects, balling in there, was hard, it was rough, man, growing up. Just trying to fit in when you get there.
Sorry, when you say it was hard, what do you mean it was hard?
It was just a lot of everything going on, a lot of distractions.
You could be specific.
Oh, okay.
Nah, you can't, bro.
Back in the early 80s, man, it was a lot of drugs and murders. That's when that crack epidemic just hit. So it was different, man, as a kid seeing that. So kind of grew up fast out there. Seeing my family, my father going through mad stuff, my uncles, cousins, all that.
Oh, okay.
I was young though, so I wasn't in the mix. I just was saying things.
Yeah, and Father Panic, I was kind of young too. I'm from around that same era. Back then. That's like when Father Panic was like one of the number 1 highest murder rates, and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
drugs,
all that.
everything. You know what I mean?
All that.
Really had Bridgeport on the map as far as like crime and stuff. It's not a good thing, but people really know Bridgeport for that.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was too crazy.
Okay.
How was the basketball environment around that same time? Like growing up in this struggle, how was the basketball environment in Bridgeport at that time? Like as a kid, you know what I mean?
As a kid?
When you started balling to like 7th, 8th grade, how was the atmosphere of balling? Like we was balling at, where cats was playing in leagues at? Like how was the atmosphere around that time?
Well, the atmosphere back when I first started balling in Father Panic, it was like jail ball. It was mad kids out there just balling. We didn't know how to ball. A lot of them just balling, just be balling. But we had a lot to look up. We had a lot of people to look up to out there. Back in them days, that's when the Bridgeport dudes was going to the NBA. So,
like who?
Like John Bagley, Wes Matthews. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Charles Smith at the time, or when I was younger, he was like high school, college. It was dudes that was actually making it that was from my hood.
Okay. So to kind of rewind a little bit, what got you to start playing basketball? Like, was it anybody in the family or? Oh,
my family, man. Everybody in my family. If you ain't balling, you ain't part of the family. That's how it was. My uncles, my father, definitely my father, my brother.
You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Danny Upchurch.
Rest in peace, big bro. But my brother would have had no other way if I wasn't balling.
Okay. It's a family thing, basically.
Definitely a family thing.
All right.
Definitely a family thing.
That's what it is.
I definitely topped the charts of top Upchurch out there ever.
They got a big family, you know what I mean? As the viewers don't know, the Upchurches, they're very known for basketball in Bridgeport, Connecticut, you know what I mean?
So what like leagues and summer leagues was popping around that time when you was a kid? High school summer leagues as in as in the youth.
I ain't started playing in leagues until I moved to the East End. So I started going to the center. For me, that was my, you know what I mean? That was home court right there.
You from the East? You originally from the East End?
I'm originally from the village, Father Panic.
And that's like, the people that don't know, the East End is a part of Bridgeport, is one side, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's different sides. I'm in the East End part of Bridgeport. That's where I moved to. When I got serious with the game, that was like when I was like 11 years old.
Okay, so you originally from Father Panic,
yeah.
But you know what I mean? Okay.
And the Center League was popping at that time.
Center Leagues was popping at that time.
And that's fly, right?
That's fly.
Yeah, that's fly. That's fly from there. That was fly.
Shout out to the Godfather.
All right.
Oliver.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Oliver, man. Oliver Tubman.
Yeah, there was a lot of ballers in the Center League. When I coming from the village, I was better than a lot of dudes. I was tougher than a lot of people my age, but it was a lot of people that was a little older than me I was like, yo, these dudes not a ball.
Okay.
It wasn't just street ball. That's what I was used to seeing. These dudes was really playing ball.
So who was playing before you? Like, who was the guys before you even, like, you was just watching? And you
gotta know who was the nice guy.
That got you to really be like, I want a ball. I know your brother, you know what I mean? I know he was a big...
Besides my brother.
Yeah, I know he was a big inspiration.
Besides my brother. It was a lot of people in his era that I was watching that I'm like, yo, these, you know what I mean? I wanna be like these dudes.
Like who? Maybe something wrong.
Going back to the legend Toast, watching Toast ball from the East End at the center.
Toast Robbins
was going crazy. Going back to what else? Q. Watching Q. Q was a couple years older than me. Watching him.
Okay, that's my guy.
Yeah, watching Q ball.
That's Q that went to Kobe.
Yeah, Q went to Kobe. Q Son Davis.
My guy. Cool.
He's still a legend right
yes,
there.
Yes, sir. Who else?
Who else?
I know there's a couple other dudes busting your ass.
A couple other dudes.
You know what I mean? Before you came up, there's a couple people busting your ass.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like who? Who's those guys?
Man.
That just that made you who to play.
Ain't too many people bust my ass when I got to the East End. I ain't gonna front.
Oh, okay.
I ain't gonna front.
But when I say it, Trav, but you know who groomed you that kind of like got you like, damn, I gotta step my game up, or he really going hard.
Oh, I ain't gonna front. My point guard wide, cause I was a PG. My boy Lamont Baldwin.
Okay.
Coming over there, he was one of the dudes like, I gotta step my game up.
Baldwin, okay.
Lamont Baldwin, he was tough.
Lamont.
His brother Mikey Baldwin was another one.
Yep.
Puerto Rican Tack too. He was killing when I got to the East End.
Little Tack?
Yeah,
what's going on?
What's going on?
Oh man, this is great, man.
That's fine.
So what was like your road to Harden? How did you get to Harden, big?
Harden.
Let's do it without mentioning. We got your brother saved later in the conversation.
Okay.
So let's kind of try to do this conversation without your brother involved in.
Mr. B recruited you?
No recruitment, man. He ain't have to. I was destined to go to Harden since I was second grade.
But what school you went to before Harden?
I was destined to go to Harden.
What school you went to before?
I went to Dunbar.
Oh, you just like, okay.
7th, 8th grade, I was in Dunbar.
Same, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Before Dunbar, just Dunbar?
No, before Dunbar, I was at McKinley.
Okay.
Before Kinley, I was at Watersville in the village.
Okay. And then we go to Harden.
Watersville been around that.
Did you play any grade school hoop?
Like 7th and 8th Dunbar.
Basketball league?
Yeah. 7th, 8th grade Dunbar.
Dunbar? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So you killed that too.
Oh, I thought that was easy. Tore that up. Shout out to my boy Roderick Ricketts, Rod Roseville. We tore that up together.
Okay.
Roderick, my boy. Shout out Roderick.
Tore that up together.
Shout out Roderick.
We said Rod Roseboro.
Yeah.
We lost though. We lost the chip. I ain't gonna stop. We lost the chip to Reed. Reed was tough.
Who Reed had?
Every year.
Who we had? Remember. Who did Reed have?
Reed had. They had my man. Shout out Neil Jones. They had Neil. Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out my brother Shane. They had Shane.
Shout out Neil, B.
Shane Gene Petway.
Okay.
It was tough. They had them two. They had Tyler from the Tears. They was tough. It was tough.
Yeah, Reed was in the mix. When I was in school, Louis Morensico, but Reed was the mix though.
Your Dunbar was you, Roderick,
me, Roderick,
Rod Roseboro. Who else?
Yeah, Mike Evans.
Who else?
Man.
Who's the coach?
Salt was the coach.
Salt was your coach.
Salt was the
coach. Because at the time I had
what's homeboy?
Legendary Salt.
Salt was our gym teacher at the time, but he was not coaching no more.
Yeah,
I had Staff. What's the homeboy named Stafford, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, as the Dunbar coach.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all had Mr. Salters, basically. That's lit. So back to Harden.
You was destined to go to Harden from the second grade?
I was destined to go to Harden from second grade, man. You were a village kid. You destined to go to Harden, but I used to be on the Harden benches, man. When I was like 4th grade, 5th grade, I was sitting on the bench. I was like the little water boy, so I was in them locker rooms early. Like I knew what it was way before I got there. Like it was different from a regular 8th grader going there. I done seen these dudes get the paddle. I was young seeing this.
The paddle?
Yeah, getting hit. I done seen dudes running crazy.
Okay.
I mean, I done seen it all. So I was destined to go there. I ain't had no choice, man.
So that's in the blood, bitch. That's the bloodline.
Definitely the bloodline.
Harder president.
That was definitely the bloodline back then.
No Central, no Bassett, no St. Joe.
I probably should have broke that, man. I could have went kind of anywhere, but you know.
Okay.
But at that, this is shit I like to get into. So at that point in time, it was kind of like harder than winning a long time. Before you got there.
Before I got...
Harder than winning the brick. It was like a couple of years that they didn't win.
It was like 3 years, yeah. It was 3 years.
Like 3 years after they won X amount back to back?
It was 3 years. When I was in the 8th grade, Hardin lost in a state... Was it the state championship game, I believe? They had a tough team. They had like 8 seniors. That my brother played on that team. Rob Thompson played on that team. My cousin Kevin Upchurch played on that team. Who else they had on that team? Seniors. They had Thaddeus Wilson Vaughn on that team.
That was Phil on that team?
Nah, Phil had left already.
And what team is this?
This was when I was in the 8th grade. When I was coming into Harding.
Oh, yeah. Okay, who was basically starting at the time?
When I was in the 8th or my freshman year?
No, the 8th grade. Who was starting?
So who they lost to? Stanford High?
The starters when I was in the 8th grade at Harding?
I don't know.
Was my brother, my cousin Kev, Rob Thompson. Who's the big dudes?
Kev who?
Kev Upchurch.